Back at it again, baby, and we got one with Candace Owens. Let's dive in.
And for today's episode, I feel like it is high time that somebody says the quiet part out loud. So today I'm going to do that. Ready? The majority of Americans cannot stand Pride Week, Pride Month, Pride Year, whatever it is. The month of June has been completely perverted, and the majority of Americans, including my gay friends, cannot stand this month. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why that's true. You guys ready? Reason number 1, it's because Pride Month is emblematic of corporate cowardice. Everywhere you look, all of these corporations that don't even make sense are putting up rainbow flags, right? McDonald's, what was the issue with gay people at McDonald's? Were gay people not being served at McDonald's? I walk into a furniture shop a couple of weekends ago, and prominently displayed is this LGBTQIA flag. Everybody's welcome to shop here. At what point in American history were gay people not allowed to shop in furniture stores? It's so emblematic of...
She's got a point. Money is money. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight. You know, if you're a paying customer, come on in. Come on in. And any business that said no to that, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get them out of here. You shouldn't discriminate, against anyone due to their sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I agree. It's just everywhere, as if, gay people or the LGBTQ community wasn't allowed to go to certain places like McDonald's or something, as if it was like segregation. Blacks only. Straight people only kind of thing. Like, no, that I've never seen it.
Those stupid departments that are being built up, diversity and inclusion departments, somebody who is completely not qualified to even work at the corporations that they work at, keeping a calendar of every ridiculous holiday that we continue to make up to make sure that corporations get on their knees about various social issues. We have to, we as a company are...
And honestly, at the end of the day, a business is a business. It's not a political statement. Like, you're there to sell a product or a service. Give me that product or service. I don't care about your messaging. And I said this maybe a week ago with the whole BLM situation, like with Nike, for example. I'm here to buy some compression shorts. I don't care about your BLM slogan, stance, whatever the case, or whatever thing that you're trying to push at this moment in time. I'm here to buy some compression pants. I don't care about all this other stuff. Let me get my product and let me get on out of here without being preached to or just like having this thrown in my face at every step.
Dedicating $200,000 to LGBTQ causes. Okay, where's that money even going? That's my question. Where is the money even going? True. What is it that we are striving toward for gay people and lesbian people? What don't they have in America that they need us to donate dollars, corporate dollars, to make sure that they secure in the future? Number 2 is that actually it's insulting to Black people. I've been pretty outspoken. I even think Black History Month needs to go away. But let me tell you something. If Black people are getting 1 month for the stuff that we live through in America, somebody's going to need to explain to me how it is that gay people and lesbian and trans people also got a month. Like, what somebody give me the history lesson, right, that qualifies an entire month in celebratory rainbows. Was there an island where there was gay people that were living happily and all of a sudden they got put onto boats and chains and brought over to America and forced to work? I missed that history lesson that justifies them being able to throw...
I knew where she was going the moment she said it. The moment she said black, it's offensive to Black people, or however she worded that, I knew exactly where she was going with it. And I mean, yeah, some of our ancestors were whipped, beaten, shackled, killed, and obviously enslaved to work for long hours. I don't recall, anybody in the LGBT community being put in slavery. Specifically the LGBT community.
Throw their asses in my face for an entire month. It's annoying and it's ridiculous. Thomas Sowell, as you guys know, is one of my favorite authors, and he once wrote a quote, and that quote is, "Civil rights used to be about treating everyone the same, but today, some people are so used to special treatment that equal treatment is considered to be discrimination." That is my opinion when it comes to the LGBTQ IRS agenda. They think they're being discriminated against because they're not getting special privileges, right?
I agree. I think it has gone a little too far in the other direction. And one example would be the jokes, right? When Dave Chappelle was making jokes about the LGBT community, there were like so many people that came out and said, "Oh my God, this is destructive to the LGBT." And I'm like, wait a second, you want inclusivity? Like you're included into society. Everybody else gets jokes made about them. Us black folks get jokes made about us. How many times have you heard big lips? Big noses. We can smell a cookie from a mile away. Like I can't even keep a straight face. Because it's funny. Like you're included into society, like you're integrated into society, but like that's not good enough. You have to have special treatment. Nobody can make jokes about the LGBT community, and obviously not everybody in the LGBT community feel that way, but there's a certain subsection that like want to push this. I need special treatment, and if it is not special treatment, you're a phobe. And I'm like, no, I'm giving you the same treatment that I would give anybody else. The same thing that I would tell. I've said that in several videos. Like, don't treat me any differently because I'm black. Treat me the same way you treat everybody else. Don't, oh my God, you're black, you must have struggled. No, like, get out of my face. I don't even want to be around you if you're that type of person. Treat me the same way you treat everybody else. And I feel like that's the way we should treat the LGBT community. Treat them like we treat everybody else. There's no special treatment for you just because you're gay or lesbian or whatever the case is. You're trans. You get the same. You get jokes made about you the same way we all do. It's no different. How is it any different? How is making jokes about one community violence, but making it about everybody else isn't? They're jokes. I don't know. I'm just confused. But also another thing that I thought of was, why don't we have a month for our veterans? People that actually fought so that we have freedom of speech, so that we have these things in this country that we do. Why don't we have a month for them? Why is it just a day? I'm just curious. I'm honestly curious. We have one Veterans Day, but we have a Pride Month. Maybe there's something I'm missing with Pride Month. Y'all tell me in the comment section, please.
Right. Which brings me to point number 3, the slippery slope of it all. First, it began as just a day of national pride and rainbows and sprinkles and Skittles. And they said, oh, actually, we're going to need a whole week to demonstrate to you guys that we are proud to be gay and lesbian and queer. And then they weren't satisfied. They said, actually, we're going to need an entire month to do this because we need more time to express this to you. And they're never going to be satisfied, right? But first, it's like, love is love. Gay marriage, it's just about gay marriage, love is love. And they got gay marriage and they said, actually gonna tack on a T here. We've got some transgendered issues and we need to be able to speak to your children about the fact that I'm a trans femme turtle. And if you're not comfortable with that, then it's because you're a bigot. That's the figurative gun to everybody's head, right? America's got a figurative gun to their head when these movements come around. It's you either put up an LGBTQIA flag or you hate homosexuals, right? You either put up a BLM flag or...
I said the same thing. You comply and you agree with us, or you're a phobe or you're an ist. And I'm like, I'm happy people are waking up to the BS and realizing that that's exactly what it is. It's just a tactic to silence folks. I'm going to call you a phobe. I'm going to call you a phobe. And for a while, people got scared. Like, no, I'm not a phobe. And I don't want people to think that I'm a phobe and I'm a hateful person. But people have started to wake up and realize what is actually happening. You're just trying to silence me. That's all that is. I know that I don't hate these individuals. I know that I'm not a phobe. I know that I'm not the R word that ends in ist. I know that I'm not I know that I'm not that kind of person. You're just trying to tack that onto me so that I shut up and I agree with whatever it is that you say. And I'm not buying it anymore. And a lot of people aren't. And I'm happy that is the case. Because that's total BS. It's total BS. I have yet to meet somebody that truly hates the LGBT community. I mean, truly hates. Not just disagrees, but I mean truly hates the LGBT community. I have yet to meet them. I'm sure they exist somewhere, just like people that are the R word, but the prevalence with which they exist is, I feel like, is very minute. But maybe I'm wrong. If anybody has any statistics on it, please let me know in the comment section.
Or you hate black people. That's it. It basically puts all of America in the closet because we have to pretend that we don't mind what's going on for an entire month. And what's going on for an entire month? Oh, that would be number 4 on my list. It's perversity that is being dressed up as diversity. We know what this is. Stop pretending that this is about pride when you need to wear assless chaps and shake your butt in front of a child's face. And then you say, oh, if you have any issues with this, then it's because you're a bigot and you're raising your child to be a bigot.
She's right.
Your baby needs to be anti-racist, like your baby.
What is dressing in scantily clothes or barely any clothes have to do with being gay or trans? What does it have to do with that? You can't dress in a suit and tie or something professional and be gay. Like, is that just like impossible to do? I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm honestly lost. And why are we talking to kids about sexuality anyway? Last time I checked, that's called being the P word. Because if a straight person were to do that, oh my goodness, people would be outraged, and rightfully so. But it's okay if it's the LGBT community. They can talk to kids about, sex and all of this other stuff and dress in barely any clothes at all. And it's all good. It's all fine. They're gay. Come on. No, it's not fine. You're the P word. You should be thrown behind bars. Right along with what's that? EDP 4445 or whatever his name was that was trying to talk to kids. You should be called out the exact same way he was, but actually thrown in jail because you're going through with some of these actions. It's craziness.
Baby needs to be anti and pro and supportive of all of these various causes. They need to be pro-trans. They need to be actively pro-trans agenda. It's debauchery everywhere you look. Look at the Pride Parade. Why is it so okay to take your children to a Thanksgiving Day parade? You have no fears, but you know fully well that if you take your child to a Pride Parade, your child is going to be exposed to a bunch of sexuality on display because that's just what they're allowed to do for an entire month. They're allowed to be overtly sexual and pretend that they're a special snowflake and that if you don't like it, it's because you're somehow a heterosexual freak who doesn't understand that people need to express themselves. Let me be clear. If a heterosexual couple acted in the same way as some of these couples act during a pride parade, I would be disgusted because it's just gross. It's just debauchery. Your sexuality doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care what your sexuality is. When you're being perverse, you should be called out for it. It's the same reason I called out Cardi B for her performance on stage when I felt she was being disgusting at the Grammys. I don't care that Cardi B is a heterosexual person. I care that there are children in America who shouldn't be forced to watch this sort of stuff. They shouldn't be forced to watch our cultural corrosion on screens. That's how the majority of adults feel when Pride Month comes along, but they're not allowed to say it, or else they will be accused of being bad individuals who want homosexuals to be wiped off the face of the planet. Speaking of individuals who actually want homosexuals to be wiped off the face of the planet, let's talk about number 5. It's also the cultural ignorance of it all, right? You get these people that come up to you and they're waving their flags, and they're the same people that are waving their pride flags in one hand and the Ukraine flags in the other one, right? And then when you say, hey, wait, gay marriage is not allowed in Ukraine. Oh, it doesn't matter. There are actually places all across the world where homosexual people are oppressed and they never do anything for it. That's not what they're raising money for. They're raising money so they can indoctrinate our children with LGBTQ agenda ideas, right? They don't care. They'll tell you to donate tomorrow to Saudi Arabia if the right politician gets on stage and tells them to. They're ignorant about their very existence, and that drives me absolutely insane. It also bothers me on a spiritual level that it is a corruption of what the rainbow signifies theologically. Remember, this was God's promise that he would never again flood the earth. And sometimes I ask the question, when I look around and I see all this ridiculousness going on, when I look at the perversion that our culture has become, and I look at everything that we're even talking about in this country, you wonder if he should make good on that promise or not. You wonder if we need a reset button of some sort on humanity altogether. So in closing, it's a great irony that we spend this time calling it Pride Month, when in reality, it's anything but. We should not be proud of this. We should not be proud of the state of culture. It's actually everything that Americans should be ashamed of. Maybe we need a shame month. Thanks for joining.
Maybe we need a shame month. Think we need a shame month? What you think? We need a shame month. You don't even know what I'm saying. So, thankfully, she's not at the age yet where she even understands any of this at all whatsoever. But the fact is, part of my problem with this whole LGBTQ all over the place isn't like LGBTQ community itself. And I think I've said that plenty of times. There's nothing wrong with being gay or trans or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, and you shouldn't be discriminated against because of it. But when you're throwing it in my face constantly, LGBTQ, oh, flag, wherever I go, LGBTQ, flag, pride. Yeah, if you don't overtly support, you are a phobe. It's just like, come on, son. Like, get out of my face. Right? Am I wrong for saying that? Like, I don't hate the LGBT community, but when you like throw it in my face that much, that often, it gets annoying at a certain point. Not in the sense that, I all of a sudden hate the, LGBT community, but it's just like annoying. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know if y'all feel the same way in the comment section. And like I said, not everybody in the LGBT community is like that. Like I've stated before, I know a gay couple. We've never talked about anything remotely about their relationship or gay anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just thrown in your face 24/7 all day, every day. We just kick it like anybody else. It's not like purple rainbow cups and rainbow this and rainbow that. And, oh man, are you going to the pride parade or whatever? We just kick it. But I feel like with some folks in the LGBT community, like, it's just like they just want to just shove it down your throat. And I'm like, yo, chill, relax. Like, everything's all good. Like, just chill though. Y'all feel me? Let me know in the comment section. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. And also, it's a shame that, well, I guess multiple things are a shame. It's a shame that whenever you speak out, like, I'm sure there's somebody out there right now that says I'm a phobe. I'm almost positive. I am positive. There's somebody right now, because of what I just said, they say that I'm a phobe. And it's just like, what? Because I disagree with some of the stuff? You kidding me? And once again, it's just a tactic to silence folks. And I'm happy people are waking up to the BS on the situation and understanding that, no, you're not a phobe. They want you to think that you are, but we all know that that's not true. You said it too much. And I said this the other day, eventually it's going to become like the boy who cried wolf. You say it too much. Oh man, you're a phobe, you're a phobe, you're a phobe. Whenever somebody disagrees, you're a phobe, you're a phobe. It's just, all right, well, it's pretty much lost its meaning because you said it too much. You used it too much. You called everybody a phobe that disagreed, and now people are waking up and realizing, oh, man, that word means nothing at this point. You say it to everybody, so I mean, come on. It's not a true statement, but it's to their own doing, and it's a shame. I equated to, and I was saying this when the whole BLM situation was going on. Now it's kind of died off. It's funny how nobody's really talking about that though. But I was saying this about the BLM situation when everybody was calling people the R word that ends in "is," and I'm like, yo, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Don't do that, because it's gonna become like the boy who cried wolf. If you keep saying it, it loses its meaning. Because you're not even saying it for true situations. People are just disagreeing with you and you're calling them the R word because their skin color happens to be different than yours and they disagree. They're not the R word because of that. Stop it. But another thing is the fact that they're going into schools with this stuff. Last time I checked, that's the P word. You like kids and you should be thrown in prison. But wasn't Kamala like easy on pedos? Was that Kamala or was that somebody else? Let me know in the comment section. I want to say that was Kamala that was like easy on P-word criminals or something. Maybe I have the wrong person. But it would be quite ironic if that was her and now she's in office and now we have a bunch of pedos running around dressing in barely anything, dancing in front of kids, all because they're supposedly gay or whatever. I don't care whether you're gay or straight. Put some clothes on. I don't know. But that's just me. Y'all let me know how you felt about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.